Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Welcome. My name's Nori, coming to you live from the Digital Engineering server. This is Modded Minecraft Valhelsia 3. And this is our mess. So, last night in community night, we went around, we took a tour of people's bases, we went spectator mode, we peeked down behind the scenes, kind of revealed the man behind the curtain, as it was. It was rather interesting to see how really tight some people grouped their different sections of their base. It's kind of really just butted up next to each other in some cases, and in other cases they're really far apart. But this is Saturday morning coffee, and we are going to get to building. So, on the hook today is so I thought we would go and look at the crate room. I know during last night's community night we talked about putting up a brass machine, and we looked at what it was going to take to build said brass machine and decided that it really wasn't going to take much anything to put one together. So, I left the lights on. Oh well. Yep, certainly did leave the lights on. Well, that's gonna affect my power bill. Ha ha ha. Oh, it's lovely. Look at all that lava. Lots and lots of lava. Let's do this. That's the wrong box. This is the right box. So we'll grab our little glasses. Let's see how much lava we got. 145 buckets worth of lava. It's not too bad. So other than making blaze cakes, what can we do with lava? You can use it to power furnaces. You can use it to make obsidian blocks. We could use it to make magma blocks. Hi, anyhows. How's it going? How are you doing this morning? Welcome, welcome. Yes, I'm here. Am I not coming through? No, everything says I'm coming through. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We were just evaluating the create room and trying to figure out. I'm trying to think the best place to put a brass making machine. Basically, we're going to need some coal. We're going to, we can always just put another box of coal somewhere. It's not like we're running out of coal anywhere. So I guess let's grab our little flight suit real quick. So we can do another little quick setup like this just to keep a brass guy active, though I think I would rather have a more turn the guy on when we need him versus this one, which is constantly trying to make chocolate milk. So maybe we look at a different way of handling that. I'd be careful not to get too close to places. Pick up things you don't want. So where's a good place? We could put the brass over here. Let's put it on the floor. Rather than floating everything up in the sky like we've been doing, we'll put it on the floor. So to make brass regularly, we are going to need another little Bunsen burner. So let's break out our... yep, that's the thing we want. our crafting grid. Do some very light typing here. And we'll grab I should really just put this in as a recipe. I am being absolutely lazy not doing that. Come on, machine. Alright, so now we have our Bunsen burner station. We will need a basin and a mixer. So, we'll just tell the system to make another mixer. Again, this is one of those we probably could just go upstairs and put the recipe in the machine. But we are getting close to being done with the create room. I don't know there's too many more mechanical contraptions that we could put together. And we already have an iron farm. We have technically a gold farm. So, other than making brass, it would be nice to be able to make zinc. But I don't think that is something that can be produced. Nickel, uranium, copper, tin. That's silver. Yeah, there's zinc. Yeah, you actually have to go find that. So we would have to set up. We would have to set up one of. Well, I suppose we could just plug it into the industrial foregoings mining system and pull it out that way. So anyhow, how have you been today? How are you doing? You having a good weekend so far? Let's see, mixer. And because I don't want to have to repeat this again the next time I decide I need one of these. Nope, I haven't taught it how to make one of those either. So we'll just do this. Why not? All right. We've been teaching our machine how to make a lot of garbage. All right. So let's go see about getting ourselves a blaze. So you're thinking, I thought there was a way I'd done this last time that was easy and quick. I think the answer is going to be to the duplicator farm. But I think I swapped it out with something I had over here. Let's do this one. Right, so if we go and look up our blaze, we have one captured. It always makes things so much easier. And we can dive down. What's in here? I think we were doing this against the slimes last time. Oh, it's nice to know we're being consistent. All right. Quick little pop of that. Turn you on. We have our blaze. Now we have our blaze. Keep forgetting I got the crushers in there, and the crushers are set to run all the time. We could technically, I guess, turn them off when we're not using them. But I just haven't done that because I forget to turn them back on. And they take a redstone signal to control. Trying to think of the easiest way to pump a redstone signal into that room would probably be at that block right there, which means that we would have to take the line that is running, get around, but then we would have to invert the signal. I suppose it's not a difficult thing. We could do it. It wouldn't take much. But that's not on the books for today. On the books for today, brass. One project at a time. All right. So the other thing that we need is our mixer. There we go. And a basin. And I don't have basins around the system. So we've been trying to do this thing where we make certain to, or I've been trying to, program into the little recipe system a recipe that we're going to use, even if we don't use it all the time. We may use it some of the time, in which case it's still a recipe. It's not like I don't have space in my recipe system here. We have lots of room for all the recipes. I think we might have enough room for every recipe that it can be crafted on the table. Not every version of it. So like I'm not doing a recipe for every different type of plank. We just don't use all of the planks. But most of the rest of the stuff that we are doing recipes for it as much as possible anyways. All right, so we have a basin. So that will heat that basin. And then we'll need an outputter and an inputter. We could technically, I suppose, do the inputs. We could do ARM for inputs. I like this spot. So let's put our blaze guy first. So he's going to be the big cooking guy. Do we rip the floor up? No. We're going to put him at floor level. Then on top of him is going to go our basin, and on top of that is going to go our mixing machine. All right, so that handles that. Now what we need we're feeding it via a hopper and locking the hopper. We can still do the same thing here. What we need are some of our toys. All right, so we want a deployer arm. Where is a deployer arm? Here we go. We are also going to want our wrench. There we go. So we'll do our deployer arm just like so. I guess what we could do is grab our redstone box. Do we have a comparator? We have a comparator. What about a repeater? Do we have a repeater? The answer would be no. Yes, there we go. There's a repeater. Perfect. Comparator, repeater, and then we just need some redstone. Which you would think we would find redstone in the redstone box. That would be too much to ask. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible. All right. First things first. Come off this way. 1, 2. Put the repeater here. So the repeater is just to kick the signal. We're looking for a 2-strength signal because when you feed the blaze burner any kind of burnable material, he'll put off, well, not any kind. So when he's this color, he's putting off a 2-strength signal. When he's the blue color, he puts off a 3-strength signal. So we don't need him blue, but we do need him red. So if we look for a 2-strength signal, and then we lock a hopper, that would go into the back end of this guy, then we would only feed this whenever he needs to be fed. So we can keep him up and running all the time. Now, of course, the other option is that we only feed him when we need to feed him. So rather than looking for him, we could technically, I guess, look for the inputs and feed when the inputs have something. You know what? We are making enough charcoal. I don't think it's actually going to matter that much. So let's do this. Let's get ourselves a drawer. Ourselves a drawer. We'll also get ourselves some charcoal. We're not hurting for charcoal anytime soon. There. That should be enough to... So we'll fill this in here. And then we will fill this box in. So that'll all fill here. Really. All right. So now we just need power source. So if we're smart and we're careful, we should be able to actually power all of that from the same feed. So how we would do that is we would get ourselves a cogwheel. Oops. Remember how this toolbox is used. That's a start. So we'll get a feed off the cogwheel. And I'll turn those. I want some case chain drives because they're my favorite of these blocks to use. So we'll pull those down here. The nice thing is this doesn't matter which direction it's spinning in for it to work. It just requires a certain speed to spin. So we can grab some gearboxes. So we need one vertical, and we'll want so we put the vertical here, and then it's another set of case chain drives. And so that's got those guys powered. So that should power the whole stop in one shot. So the next trick here is come down this way. I can see we've got chains running places. So I think we should be able to put on our see at night glasses. Make myself a better host than what I've been. There's the chain. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be quite long enough. But that's all right. Just what we can do Ooh, yeah, but that means I gotta go all the way. That's alright. We will do a little expansioning. So, what I want is nothing in there. I want actually to return those. We want those and some belts. And so what we can do is we can add another line. And for right now, we'll just add a line to here. Technically, no, because I'm not going to need to take it any further than here. Oops. Wow. There we go. And then what we can do now is we can return all of the goodies. Grab ourselves some chain drives. I just remember my... Alright, so then what we need is a vertical like such. So we don't have to worry about trying to align it. And now, here's where we're going to get ourselves into trouble. Because I don't think that that is going to be fast enough for this to work. I could be wrong. I would love to be wrong. However, memory serves, I don't think that's actually going to be fast enough. We'll find out. We'll slap that right in there. There we go. It is nice and happy. This should be locked. Yes, so no more is coming out of that. And technically, you can just empty the hand and put that back in there, so he'll stay there. Let's do this. Let's put everything back in here. Let's get us some copper. And we want some zinc. And I believe the recipe is a 1-to-1. So we should be able to throw the copper in here. Just like so. Throw the zinc in here. And if that is fast enough, okay. I am wrong. It is fast enough. And we have brass. Perfect. So let's do this. Let's do some depots. These are fun. Do 3 depots. Yeah. Do 3 depots. So here's what I'm thinking. Because this is going to be a very manual style process. Right? So we do input, input, and then output. The output should be right here. There we go. We'll lock the filter in. And then let's make some arms, because arms are fun, right? So let's make 2. Yeah. Don't have enough brass. Interesting enough. That is exactly what we're trying to solve right here. It's pretty funny. So we have some copper. Let's get some zinc. So the other thing we are going to want is we'll stick the block right here. Block right here. Get ourselves a drawer. Just like so. We'll want a funnel. Give ourselves an input. Put the filter there. Did I make enough? I don't think I made enough. Oh, that's not gonna be good. Arms. Oh, we have just enough. That's good. We can at least get this project going. Then we'll look into figuring out. Not really figuring out. But we'll look into doing more with it. Now, some of the things that we can do, because we do have. Because we do have this right here underneath of it. So we actually have our refined storage system that comes down here. We could bring in all the connector pieces, attach it behind all the box, and connect this entire room up to our system, which means that we could have it doing craftings where we have it feeding gold ingots here to make the precision machines. It's totally a thing that can be done. What I do need to do is enable a filter for this back end to handle the cruft that doesn't happen. But first, we'll voiced. So we're going to take and deposit. And so he can go right there. We're going to take from there and we will deposit there. He can go right here. And so now all we need to do is power these happy little jokers. We'll just set them side by side. And then what we will need is that. And what we can do is go to our favorites. Just like so. Grab ourselves to gearbox. We will turn it vertical because again, directionality doesn't matter with the arm. So that's nice. Plug the arm in. Throw away all of our stuff back. We're not using. We'll put the floor pieces back here. So that should be all we need. So if we put all of our toys away, now we should be able to grab. Let's make ourselves some copper first, because oh, I have some copper. Nice. That'll work. We'll get ourselves some zinc. If I could spell correctly. Get ourselves some zinc. And now we should be able to. We don't need that. Drop that there, drop that there. That should have him going. So he'll take all of that zinc. Oh. Well, there you go. Problem number one. We will only do these so many? Oh, excuse me. Sorry, sir. That's interesting. So once you've filled that, he'll behave himself. I like these arms. They're just fun to watch. They're very satisfying to watch them do the work for you. And this is in turn very satisfying to watch. That should stay locked until he stops burning. And we are getting brass galore. So, like I said, really simple, easy machine. Does it have room for improvements? Absolutely. What could we do to improve upon this? Well, we need to put some kind of limiter here. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to put in a third arm, just so that each arm could be controlled by, could handle each different items we place in here. And we technically could run it off from this power source. That's actually probably a really quick, easy fix we can do. Though I don't think we have enough. Yeah, so we need a few items. Luckily enough, we are in the right place to get them. So let's get ourselves some gold. This is the other reason why I'm like, I don't know that I am going to spend too much time trying to hook all this up, because some of this is just fun to do, and it's not like this is like really painful to do. Like, you know, throw some gold in there and off it runs. Then we're going to make ourselves some precision devices. Gotta remember not to make them too fast. I need to either stretch this chain out longer or put a secondary chain here. That might be an interesting thing. Maybe if we put another, I can get rid of that light block there. But if we put another storage medium, then we could have him drop it into the extra storage medium. Did not mean to click key on that. We'll grab those. That's good enough for right now. So there's our precision, and then we come over here, we grab a bunch of brass, we can pitch that back into the system. Now we can make an arm. I needed one. I went through an awful lot of headache for this one, but it's not that bad. So drink our coffee, we watch. We need a wrench because we're going to pick this happy guy back up. And so what we'll do is pick and then deposit, put him down, pick up and deposit and put him down. And so now we should be able to go and let's get ourselves some more copper. We don't want that much copper. Let's do a half a stack of copper, because then we can do a half a stack of zinc. And we'll get a full stack of brass at the other end. Looks like I actually am going to need some more zinc before too much longer. So yeah, it might be a good idea. So there we go. And then we can just keep piling on there, and it doesn't matter. These guys will drop off what they need to drop off as they need to drop it off. Okay, so quick alteration, quick improvement. Looks much better. Well, not so much looks much better, but it's functioning better, which is the point. And he's cooking. It's locked in. All right, so there we go. There's a quick brass machine. It doesn't really get much quicker than that because it doesn't take a whole lot to make brass, luckily enough. This is a very simple machine, but our create room is definitely expanding. It is a whirl of gadgetries and gizmos and I'll get some more chocolate going here. So interesting enough, if you try to make a chocolate machine, understand that while you get chocolate in the basin along with milk, the chocolate won't actually pour out until the milk's already, it's making more. So the basin only ejects once the finished recipe is completed. This is important to keep in mind because without a filter in place, it would just slowly empty out its entire contents. I had fun with that a little earlier when we were making that machine. Anyways. All right. So we are done here for today, though. We have our little small brass machine, so it's making brass. Happy days. We can turn off the lights. And let's go see about building a bridge. So, not bridge, railroad tracks. So that was the next thing on our list that we discussed last night. Putting in the railroad tracks over at the Wellness and Success Center and taking it all the way to the central hub. Now, one of the things that I have been racking my brains on and trying to find a good pattern is with regards to I'm trying to figure out how best to handle our tunnel. We have a little tunnel. So that we run through initially. And in that tunnel, I do not have any water buckets. I I have no water buckets. That is not useful in the least bit. I don't have anywhere to play with this stuff. Oh, I know where to get it. I'm going to use my little bit of blood magic to make some water, but this will work. So one of the things that I did want to try, we'll do it right here. So will this bucket? It does actually bucket. Do we like the looks of that? Yeah, I'm not sold on it just yet. Just not sold on it. Just fine. It is okay. Thought I might like that, but I don't. So let's go take a look at it. We got to figure out what to do for what we want the rail track to look like. Oh yeah, wellness success center. Wow. There we go. And we are going out this door. So this is what we have right now. Not a big fan of this right now. Mostly just because it's an awful lot of stone. I need to get some lighting in here. I don't know. I thought it would look better with some different blocks other than just solid stone for what would essentially going to be the rail track. But I think I'm going to continue most of this up the dirt path and along the way back over there to the central hub. So, what do we change? Do we do the interior tracks or the exterior tracks? That's the question. We have two sets of stairs here. Which ones do we change? We could do the... So I put water on this outside just because I like the effect it gives. It's not like anybody's going to be running up and down these things anyways. Maybe that's not ideal. No, I still think I'm going to keep... So we'll keep most of this. Right? I want to replace one of these sides of stone with something else. So let's go looking at stairs. I think that's a great place to start at. Let's look at some stairs. We need something with a grayish vibe. It would be great to have it more of a light source than anything else. And what would be really great is nothing super expensive to make. Now, some of that's pie in the sky. That won't work for every block. Strawberry cookies. So we sit here and we think, and we look, and we try to find that extra special something. Which I have no idea what it's going to be. We could just do sea lantern, I suppose. Give us a light source. It's really close to that same color. We have sea lantern-esque in the neon cactus. Hmm. That actually might not be a bad idea. What would be nice is, what is the name of that block? It's a mushroom. It's a light source. It's a bunch of them out back. Oh, it's terrible. I can't remember what it's called. Shroom? There it is. Shroom lights. What can these guys make? Oh, I hear some nasty noises. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back momentarily. Sorry about that. All right, where were we? Oh, yes, shroom lights. What can we do with these guys? I don't think we can do much anything with them, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Which is kind of a shame. So nothing to do with shroom lights. I was hoping for shroom lights because maybe we can actually. Let's see. Do I have any? I have two. Two's better than none. That's a start. I have no idea what that is. And we have some shroom lights. So here's what I'm thinking, right? I should be able to do that. And there we have shroom light stairs. So the question is front side or back side? So let's stick one here. And stick one here. I actually think I like it both ways. It helps to break up the look. Now, is it acting as a light source? No. It's not acting as a light source. That's a shame. Now, we really do just need a light source in there. So go back to our stairs. Right, glowstone. I just have to suck it up and deal with a little bit of glowstone stairs. Looks like there's something right next to me. Oh, there is. Excuse me, sir. We're just not interested. Thank you. We appreciate your consideration, but we'll pass. Light source. That is a light source. And it sits better in the water. Okay. So again, we can still do it both sides. I think I like this catty corner-esque sort of thing. So what we need to do is go make a bunch of glowstone. Do I have any sea lanterns? I have a few, but I don't think I have enough. Just because I'm curious. Yeah, I don't think that other one makes the stairs. Yes, the Elder Sea Lanterns. I don't think they make stairs. No. But Sea Lanterns should. So let's go and see if I have enough to make two. I do. We haven't really used our Guardian farm all that much, so it would be nice to actually have a reason to do that. So take this out, we'll take that out. I apparently dug down too far. So definitely is a light source. I think I like this. Yeah, I think I like that better. Do we stagger them? Or do we set them side by side? I think I like them better staggered, actually. So yeah, so we need sea lanterns. We need a lot of sea lanterns. Okay. Let's go see about farm production. Because I think stone sea lantern will work. Where's my teleporter? There's my teleporter. Let's go back to my lab. We'll see how much sea lantern that I actually have. And then we'll look into how we're going to make those other than sitting around AFK at the Guardian farm. Apparently I can craft a bunch of them. That's interesting. Oh, I wonder. Is that because I think I actually have a crushing recipe in here somewhere? The first time I've ever seen that error message, and I think it's simply because I have, yep, an enriching recipe. So I need to have a surplus of one in order to make the other. All right. Let's see how much I what is it going to take to get a whole lot? So it looks like what we should have. Oh, we could do it that way too, but I don't think I have too many of those. So it looks like what we need is a large bulk of crystals. Yeah, looks like we just need a lot of crystals. And this is where the circular reference comes in at. All right. Yeah, so we need a large bulk of crystals in order to make. All right, so this is going to be the best method of getting crystals. You know, it dawns on me. I could make my life a lot easier. Come on. How do we make our life easier? We make our life easier by making one of these. We go out to the Guardian farm. We capture a Guardian and just stick them into our duplicated machine and let them run. It's much faster than the Guardian farm. Now, originally when we built the Guardian farm, that was the fastest way. Since getting a lot of this industrial core going up and going, it's not been the case anymore. So let's go find our ocean monument. Something's been eating all kinds of fish and everything over here. Oh, that's right. This goes all the way down here. No, just not. We're going to have to actually go up top and get them. Yeah, I'm just not quick enough. Thank you, guys. Out of strange curiosities, I think. Yep. Oh, wow. There's 11 stacks of that. We have a little bit of those. Nice. Looks like somebody built themselves an AFK spot over here. I have no idea what that is. Serrated shark tooth. Huh. Yeah, something's been eating healthy over here. That's for certain. It's probably that whale. All right, let's go back to the lab. We have our thing. What we are going to want to do with the thing is before we put it into the system. I'll hold still you. Oh, right. I hit too hard. Oh, this is going to be fun. Back to the ocean monument we go. Ever have just one of those days where you're like, oh yeah, this should be fine. Whack. No, not so fine. I will say this thing is working much better than what it was last time when I initially built the device. Of course, I had a much smaller opening up at the top, so this one I made modifications to it. So this used to be like a little 9x9 cube. I've actually opened it up, and opening it up has allowed the guardians just to fall straight down. So you don't really get much of a choice. Before it was a little 3x3 hole, and they would actually flop around up there before eventually falling down the hole. So it wasn't very ideal. Didn't work very well. So something to keep in mind if you're looking to build one yourself. I don't want to actually put it in there. Oh, I know where I can go stick it at. I can let you flop around in here. And we'll do this the hard way. Come back here, you. This was the room that we were extracting ether gas from a wither. The wither broke free. I say broke free. So if you're doing ether gas extraction, keep in mind to always keep the area chunk loaded. Because you use a stasis chamber in order to keep them from doing bad things in your area. And so the chunk unloads. When he comes back in, he'll explode, which gets rid of the chunk loader. There we go. Perfect. 1 hit point. That is exactly where we want this guy at. So anyways, yeah, it'll explode stasis chamber, which then explodes everything else, and you end up with a big mess. We'll just put it that way. We're not needing evokers anytime soon. I have more than I care to have of totems of whatever. So we'll just stick them back in here for right now. There we go. That will go to making our sea lanterns now. It's also going to make a bunch of other stuff that I don't know that we're really going to care too much about. But the big point is it'll make our sea lanterns that we need. Or it'll help us make the sea lanterns we need. Because we're going to need an awful lot of sea lanterns for the railroad tracks. Yeah, so you can already see the prismarine shards are coming in right now at 829. So if we asked it to make us sea lanterns, We got enough to start there anyways. So while we wait for sea lanterns and whatnot, let's talk about some future plans that are going on here. So once we've reached our inevitable conclusion, the end of the season, as it were, there's always been talk of season 2 and what to do on season 2. And so we've been looking into and researching a bunch of different mod packs that we wanted to try out and play. And ultimately, I think we came to the conclusion, members of the digital engineering server and myself, we've decided to actually build our own mod pack. So a little bit, it's a little bit harder to do, I suppose. Not really. It's interesting, but it does mean that we are caretaking our own stuff here. So to that end, we've started our own mod pack. You can find it on CurseForge. It's still in the very early beta phase. Very early beta phase. We're still in the process of sorting through like some performance-based issues and whatnot, and we're hoping to get to a point where it'll be ready to go for a release soon. How soon? We're hoping for July. We'll see. If you're curious at all, you can actually, you want to see what we're planning on putting in it and the directions that we're going with it. You can actually do an exclamation mod pack in the chat, and you'll get a link to our page with that. If you're watching this on YouTube, I suppose you can just go to CurseForge and look up digital engineering. You'll find it there too. That's the game plan anyways. That's just fun. Alright, so in the meantime, let's throw in a few stairs. Exchanger tool. Oh, I do not want all that. No. We're going to do these one at a time. Do I have any lights on? No, I do not. Yeah, so we're in the middle of testing it. I can tell you that it is not going to be anything like what we've done here in Valhelsia. We'll have new challenges. We'll have to come up with completely different farms in some regards to some of the things that we've been doing. It'll have some of the stuff that we've seen and done before in the past. Even here. Oh, I like that already. That is so much better. So it'll definitely have a new feel to it. But it's definitely going to be different than it was here. We're not going to have all the same mods available to us. We're not necessarily going to have all of the same, even the same building blocks. So I suspect a lot of things are going to change as we move forward. And as soon as we get done testing it, then that is when I suspect that we will be converting over. So we shall see. We're just trying to make certain that it's as good and as stable as Valhelsia has been, because we expect to run it for a long time. Say a long time, at least a year. And then the nice thing is as we go progress through, there may be some mods that we wanted to include in the pack that aren't available initially, that we can come back and add in later on, once it either A, shows up and becomes a part of the version of Minecraft that we're using. So it will be a 1.18. So as the mod packs become available, we will incorporate them in. So we're hoping to be able to continue along. Does it have a theme? Yes. It's going to be a primarily magic-based theme. There is very minimal with regards to tech in it. The purpose of that is more of a after the fall, so to speak, of tech. Ran out of... Oh, that looks so good. Oh, it's such a good... I'm so happy with that. That is going to be fantastic. Yep. Good design. Good design. I like that. All right. We need to go back to the lab. We need more sea lanterns. Please make certain to be nice and close the doors. We don't want any rude salesmen showing up. We're just not interested in sales reps. I find it interesting, occasionally you still have to actually eat the fruit of Gristia in order for it to refill your saturation up, even though it's supposed to be doing that all the time. Anyways. Let's make some more sea lanterns, shall we? See, the really smart thing would be is to teach the system how to make these stupid stairs. And then we just ask it for the stairs. No fuss, no muss. Right. I gotta... Oh, I know how we can do that. It's in the... Yeah, I stuck it in here thinking that I was being really clever and that I could make crystals. I just don't think that's... Let's see what we have, right? Okay, so we are getting lots of shards, but not a whole lot of crystals. So we should put in the recipe to make crystals and not shards. That's how that's going to work. So this goes back into the enriching chamber. And this comes out. And that should remove the loop. There we go. Now we still need a lot more. Oh, this is going to be a long wait. Let's do that in here for right now. Crushing factory. Let's make some more prismarine. Because I can always make more of these. I don't need them right now. So, indigo, crushy, crushy, crushy. Wow, that makes an awful lot of that stuff too. No, it just makes more than what the crushing factory can sort through real quick. Whatever, that's fine. So now let's make ourselves some stairs. There, much easier. We don't have to make the stair recipe and then wait for the prism crystals to get made. We can let that happen for us. Nice and easy. Why is I got a bunch of stuff here. I just don't need my favorite recipes list. It's taking a while, isn't it? Cancel that. We don't care about that. I think I see where the bottleneck's at. Bottleneck is right here. I should fix that right on up. Yes, because we have to make these because this is what we're in short supply of. Much better. How's that looking now? That is working much faster now. Basically, this guy can't stick it in there fast enough. Unfortunately, you can't put a stacked upgrade into that. That would be nice, but it doesn't work that way. So we'll just make do with what we've got. Was that really polished and that was polished andesite? Got a ton of different oddball stuff. Yeah, so after you've been in a mod pack for 6 to 8 months. I have no idea what this thing is doing. Once you've been in it long enough, you get to a point where it's kind of like being in creative mode, really. Wow, that is making an awful lot of prismarine shards. So we could actually pump the system in for another healthy batch. 2 batches? No. You know what? Let's just go with what we got, and we'll see how far we get first. That's what we need to do, because we still need to finish putting in all the rest of the Yeah. Because we're not going to have floating blocks out there. That's just not going to happen. So we'll need to figure out a way to suspend the bridge as it goes over the area. So one thing at a time. All right. Should be that guy, right? Yes. Beautiful. We'll finish this off. Just like so. As you come in, looks good. As you go back, looks good. All right, so we need stone. Let's go get ourselves stone of various different size, shapes, and flavors. There's one thing this place has. It is definitely an awful lot of stone. So I turned this thing back on. I made it possible for it to run non-stop just because I wanted to see if we could indeed fill it up. And we have. That didn't take any time at all. Well. Oh, crying out loud. Wow. Just not having a good time at this, am I? I wonder if I can do stairs. Can. There's the problem. They require different keyboard shortcuts to interact with them. Alright. I've got that. That should get us going for a little bit. Out the north door. It is nighttime. I feel like having that on. Coal. You know what? Just keep the whole stack in the bag. And there we go. Instant daytime. All right. So we did note. Oops, that's actually probably the right spot. Or I say we did note. What I have noticed is that if you're doing railways using create contraptions, make your changes in the altitudes, just try to keep everything a nice straight line. It actually makes the whole thing behave better. It's a much smoother ride, I should say. So what we will want is that. So let's get started with the first thing. It's going to be our center line. We'll come back and fix that up because that's all going to change. And we don't really need all this extra dirt in here, but we'll keep it in here for right now. Most technically, what I could do is set that range crazy. Just let it go nuts. And so we'll get to this point. Now, I do know in some places, yeah. I guess it makes sense. Never mind. Just leave that alone for right now. That is too large of a range. Fixed. Okay, so now we are doing this thing where there's not. Doesn't matter. So I don't need the dirt. I do want the stairs. Yeah. Get rid of that. We'll grab some more of these. So that's where I think where the profit comes in at. I think this actually should be a stair here. And then a stair here. And that looks more in line, and so that should be brick, brick, brick. Okay. We're getting there. I have a visitor. Just like that. And then on the backs of these blocks, this is where we'll go up. And so we'll go up. We'll have one. And then we'll go up. Another one. like for a nice, yeah. I think we have a winner, I think. We won't really know until we decide to ride the rail. Let's see what it looks like. Worst case scenario is that we'll get to this point and it'll actually stop the train, which would not be good. Would not be ideal. Hi, Katoa. We are building a rail. That's what we are doing. So this is the railway out of the Wellness and Success Center that leads back to the central hub. That is what we are currently doing. Or at least we're trying to design one. And we're seeing what it looks like. I may just rip all of this right back out again, because I don't like it. I think it's fair for everybody to understand that nothing is ever perfect the first time through. What you doing, Katoa? This. All right. That, yep. Dying Light 2, huh? I see. Are you having fun with it at least? That. Bolster these guys. Perfect. Just started. Okay. Feel like I should know what that is, and my brain's just... I haven't had enough coffee yet this morning, so I'm not... It's not clicking into place. I am, however, falling off. Yeah. Falling off my railway line. Ah. I figured it would be something like that. And we added so we added new commands. So if you did exclamation mod pack, you actually get links to our new upcoming season 2's mod pack. You do that in the chat. Stairs already, man. Going out of stairs so quickly. So we made it possible for people to keep track with what we're doing. Katoa is one of our members on the server. I think we'll see more of a presence. I think, according to him anyways. He'll have to confirm or deny that in Season 2. As soon as we can get things stable, we will start migrating. So we have a lot of work to do and a lot of time, very little time to get it all done in. So yes, hectic days are here. There we go. And I'm being attacked by things that go screech in the night. There we go. Get the right things in the magic circle. Go away, bird brains. You're not wanted anymore. Alright, so put that up, put that over there. Put that up. I don't really want to lose the grass all that much. Oh, that'll be interesting. It's like, what in the world did I run into? That is probably going to be a thing that we are going to have to take the water. I don't really want to take the water out, but I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice. What we will do is put in some of these and then go get ourselves a bucket of water and see what happens. If my suspicions are accurate, though, what will end up happening is that we will get a flood out. That's what I think will happen. Water. Yep. Just like that. That flood out. It's not exactly what I want. As it washes away all my rail line tracks. Alright, come on, water. Finish pouring. Obviously, that is not ideal. So we're going to have to figure out something to do different there. Or maybe we just don't put in the edge pieces at all. Who cares? Let's put back in our track. Sorry, I got a cat absolutely just like terrorizing my lap right now. No, you can't get up and push the keyboard buttons. I'm sorry. Lay there, get warm and cozy. Well, not ideal. We'll see. How do we want to do this? Well, indeed. that's got promise. That is the wrong tool. We want the build tool. Build tool. Just a bucket of water over there for right now. Just one. Wow, how did I manage that? That is a stairway in the wrong direction. That's how I managed that. But yes, we are. So, season 2, we are going with a theme of a heavy magic-based mod system. Game plan is it's the fall of technology, so there's a little bit of tech left, remnants of the builders, as it were. But they have left and gone their separate ways. It actually looks cool that way. All right, we just need to repeat for the other side now. Yeah, I think you're going to behave yourself. All right, turn you around. That's a neat effect. I still think it would be good to be able to run lava in much the same way that you can do water in these channels. And then, now what I need. Yeah, let's pick these up real quick. Because what I can now do is grab one more tool. This is our copy tool. How much of this do we want to copy? I think we're just going to copy this whole double section right there. So, with the copy and paste tool, do yourself a favor. Always go into the GUI mode. Find the we're in build tool. There we go. Set it to copy, open the GUI, and then do a reset. There we go. Clear those coordinates because it'll come back to bite you in the tail. set our first position. Let's grab a temporary block. Okay, that's the first position. Oh, that's right. And then right click for the second position. There we go. Open the GUI. I think that's good enough. Yep. And so now we can take the block out. We don't need that. We can go back to our copy paste tool. We can open it up. We can set it into paste mode. Oh, is that first? So let's rotate. This should allow us to get anything better. No. Oh, what a pain in the neck. Not a big fan of this tool. All right, let's do this again. We'll do a copy. First position. Second position. Bring out our GUI. Track that by 1. Confirm it. Close. Switch to paste mode. And it's still. Why are you building it off like that? Oh, for crying out loud. Well, there you go, cat. You wanted there. Being a pain. Is it really a function of I don't have a block right there? Yeah, it's going to be okay. That's just going to get irritating. But you know what? We can still work with this. Because we can go. Let's move this over here. I don't need that right now. Motor you in. Move block. And when things don't want to work the way you think they should, you just make it work the way you think it should. Oh, well, there you go. There's the easier way to do it. And away we build. Now, we are going to have to change this a little bit. I almost took out my own coffee. That's not good. All right, so we are now to the corner. I don't need this tool anymore because we learned something new. How to fix it on the fly. Actually, I think we can come here. All right, basically, because what's going to end up happening is we will convert this corner by doing this. Inside track. Rotate. Way. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. There we go. We'll work with that for right now. And there's, like, this is not looking right. There's got to be a reason why it doesn't look right. That's the reason why it doesn't look right. And this would go just not like that. We want it like that. Perfect. Now it looks right. And so here, it should come like that. And there we go, perfect connection. Marvelous. This looks like a very nice road. Okay, so what we can do now is we can put this guy temporarily into vein mining mode. Not teleportation mode, because I am not looking to go for a flight. That should be sufficient. There's our copy paste gadget. Huh. There we go. So the people that like the building gadgets and can use them like experts, I will applaud your patience in learning this tool. I will say that much. I am not an expert. It does make life much easier. And if it wasn't for the fact that I'm doing this right now and trying to lay a bunch of blocks, I don't know that I would ever make myself an expert in this particular tool. It's not what I would call really intuitive. Nothing against the guy who's developing it, or who did develop it. It's not intuitive to me. And some of you may disagree. Some of you may be like, they're the easiest thing in the world to use, and by all means disagree. It is just fine. That is the nice thing about having open discourse, is you're allowed to have disagreements. Oh, I've run out of material. All right. Well, let's throw this stuff in here for right now. I don't need that. And I won't be needing that. Don't need that. But what we do need to do is go get some more stone brick. We will need to age the pathway, but, you know, that'll come. That will definitely come. All right. Just hop a squat, cat. Just have a seat. we're here for a little bit. Alright. One of these days, I will remember not to. I don't know how many times Zoda did that when he was using this thing. Yeah, that is a completely filled drawer. It's impressive. Or at least it was completely filled. And I started pulling stone out of it. But it'll fill it back up, certainly enough. Big bad stone bridge in the sky. And then we need to think about how we're going to finish this bridge off, because right now it looks like it's floating in the air. And we can't have that for the final version. I also need to make a bunch of rails, and we'll need to make a train specifically for this. But that being said, how do we want to tidy this thing up when we're done? And the answer is I don't have an answer right this 30 seconds. So we're going to sit here and think about it as we continue to very peacefully, calmly, and serenely lay tracks. Because I don't have the first idea. Okay, I think that's a sound that nobody actually ever gets used to hearing. There's the sound of an explosion. Especially when it happens behind your back and you weren't expecting one. Mostly it's because every time I hear it, I think a creeper has just exploded right behind my back and I'm going to die. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I suppose people who play hardcore have more reason to fear that sound more than anything else. Because I think creepers and baby zombies have killed more hardcore games and rendered worlds complete before they were ready to be done more often than anything else has. So I think lava and probably fall comes in really close on that one. Oh, this is so nice and easy. Once you get it set the way you want it. It seemed to me I used this tool once before in several mod packs ago, and it was used to, I used it to put up a wall. And I'm trying to remember when I did that, and I'm drawing a blank as to what the name of that mod pack was. I know I was doing it for Shale, because Shale was asking for help and needed to protect her colony from something ugly and nasty. But that's all my memory is affording me right now. You know, the mod pack didn't last long because it went very unstable, and the world got corrupted. So that's one of those things that, you know, look, we are running out of parts again. That's one of those lessons that we've taken to heart when it comes to mod packs. Oh, we are not that far either. Wow, we have laid an awful lot of track. There's a bit of weird track up here. Let's see what's going on with that weird track. It is. That certain was so weird. I can't see anything weird. It may just be the way the map rendered it. Interesting. It looks like it should be right here. As near as I can tell, this looks exactly the same as everything else does. No clue. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's go get some more stone. Hey, look, I remember to hit the right button this time. Let's see how far that gets us. We're coming close to the end and plugging in, which is going to be nice. Then it's a railroad track. Put in the suspension stuff to hold it up, and then, of course, obviously age it, and anything else that we want to do to the bridge. This is quite the yeah. Oops. Line back up again. Music's very relaxing, and it makes it easy to just sit here quietly and just blaze a trail right on through. Alright, we're getting close to the end here, so... Oh, that was the thing I didn't want to do. So, should be like this, right? Yeah, that looks about right. into there. All right. Let's see about finishing this up. Obelisk. Now we just need to copy the stair routine we got way back over here, because I'm going to repeat that on the other side. I think that looks cool. I like it. I'm happy with it. We will rinse and repeat. So let's reset that, and then we'll go to copy mode. Clear. So what we want is our starting position. Just like that. And then we just way back over here. We are going to want to got some of this dirt. Let's turn off the vein mining before I really just torque myself off and get into more trouble than what I need to be. There we go. All right. So let's rotate. We'll make some adjustments. It's almost done. There we go. You have to keep that same piece. It plugs right on in. Now the only thing left is to give it a reason why it's floating in the air like this. So we need to put in the pylons or the stands or the whatever you want to call them that is supporting this thing. Put in the rest of our light show. I definitely don't think we have enough. Put in our railing, build our train, and that's that. I was actually thinking this was going to take a lot longer than it did. So, let's play around with some things. We could do this thing. I think somehow I managed to fall right into this hole. Right, so then we the base. We'll do a thing like this. And what I need, called vertical stone slabs. Vertical. Yep. That's exactly what they're called. A stone brick vertical slab, whatever. Alrighty. Do we have a stone cutter? We should have a stone cutter. Yes, there's a stone cutter. Perfect. You're probably going to want a bunch of these. Wow. Bazinga's getting attacked. Not that I think it's any big issue for Bazinga. Oh, you know what we could do? Where are they at? Give me some more stairs. Right? So we could do a thing like this. And then we can make it look like a really beefy pylon here. Get some slabs. No, I think that's good. Does mean we're going to be doing things like this. Now, what do you get when you let a redstoner do builds? You get a very symmetrical build. At least in my case, anyways. I am not much of a decorator. Not too much in the way of building. I like functional. I like it to be kind of aesthetically pleasing. I mean, it's got to have certain things. But I like my lines nice and clean. Very satisfying. Now. And I still think I want... It's not like I'm hurting for stone. So we'll pitch this out a little bit. Fill in these gaps right here. Well, that's what we can do. All right, so we take it out just a little bit more. And then we pile it in. Be a pain. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do indeed. All right, so now we just got to replicate that a couple 100 times. Not really. But enough times to where it makes sense at. It actually looks very nice like that. All right, so don't need that. We're gonna need this. All right, next one I think we're gonna place right here. Right there. So Let's drag this guy down. And we'll see what all we need to. So just like that. Just like that. All the detail work. It's all in the detail. And the only way to get to the detail is to just get started. Now, some more things we can talk about Season 2. So Season 2, I expect to see, there actually will probably be a lot more exploration as well as building. So if you're really hip into seeing like all the various different biomes and dungeons and whatnot, I would definitely tune into Katoa's stream. Watch him. While I will probably doing my fair share of exploration, I will probably not be anywhere near as dedicated to it as he would be. Just all fairness. So if you're big into exploration, seeing what a world has, what it has to offer, that sort of thing, the biomes, yeah, definitely tune into Katoa's stream. It will definitely be worth the view. I myself will probably continue on doing what I've been doing, and that is trying to figure out how to make farms out of basically everything. What farms are available? How do you automate certain things? You had the mod pack in front of you, and you're trying to figure out what was the best way to go about getting item X, whatever that happens to be. Yeah. Those would be the things that you would be seeing in my stream, which you would be tuning in for. And I kind of hope to keep a lot of that going. But it actually looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah. So let's knock out another pylon. You're going to be running out of stone for too much longer, though. We'll do it right here. The other side of this tree. Shot 3. So plop. Do these verticals pretty quickly. that's okay, because we're trying to make these columns look a little on the beefier side. So. This is turning out very nicely. Slab. Slab. Some more stairs. Corner. Be right expert at this. He says as he puts the block in the wrong place. Oh, stop that. There we go. Did I do... No, I only did one out there. Grab this. Grab that and that. And we'll make it daytime. I could probably just set the game rule to stop doing time, but it's fine. It's fine. The grass. And we will build our pillar. It's going to be interesting to be starting over again. I have to figure out how to get all of the various odd resources that you need. Pick a couple mod packs, start becoming experts in them. Should pretty be interesting. I do know that we've included some mod packs that I've played with before. So much like Mechanism in this playthrough, I have not used them as extensively as I have other mod packs. So like Create, I've used rather extensively. Mechanism, I've only used enough to do some basic ore multiplication. So this playthrough has probably seen the most experimentation and learning than what I've seen in a while. A lot of that was because we went farther down Mechanism's line than what I've normally have ever been. I will give credit where it's due. The guys who have put together Mechanism have got a fairly got a nice progression path and a nice reward system for completing the progression. I mean, getting my Mechanism suit and my mecha tools and everything, that once I had them, it actually felt like I had accomplished something. So it was good. If you haven't done so, I would advise giving it a shot, because it's worth the effort, at least once. If you've never done it, it's worth the effort at least one time. Just so you can say you have done it, you have gone the full route. There are some things that I would like to see a little differently. But I'm not so certain I would be the right one to ask about some of that. And most of that's just because I would like to see a way to, set and store recipes and be able to teach the QIO system how to do some of what Refine offers. Now, I did note in some of the stuff looking around, in 1.18, if you are playing 1.18 or planning on playing 1.18, somebody has made a what they call a proxy block for refined storage. Now, interesting enough, what that does is that makes refined behave like external storage chests. So you could, under certain circumstances, I think, you could import off of your refined into your QIO system. There's at least that much. But I'm wondering if there's not other alternative behaviors we could get. So, like, it makes itself like a giant chest interface. If the guys at Mechanism would just interact with chest directly, like, have a storage acceptor. Allows you to connect to the storage, not to import, but to add it as a viewable storage interface. Then you could get a rather interesting behavior set where you could have Refined and QIO working side by side. I am not, by any stretch of the imagination, advocating such a behavior. I'm just saying that it is a possible behavior. One set of possible outputs. It would allow you to get the best of both worlds without having to sacrifice a whole lot of anything for it. But I don't know. Maybe that's not the right way to go about it. Maybe there's a different method. I'm just rambling. And if Shale were here, she would be like, "You're rambling now." So I am just going to shut up at this point and go back to quietly building. Stone blocks. Tree. Yay. Another pylon almost done. Okay, we're going to need some more stone blocks. Let's just get 10 in place before we leave. How far have we made it? Almost a halfway point. Almost halfway. That's not bad. Not quite as mentally taxing today's stream than last one we did. Mostly just because last time we were doing a bunch of create work, and so we were trying to balance where things were going, what things were doing. There's a number of items that we were trying to keep track of. Okay, I made a lot more stone blocks than I thought it would. Oh, fine. It'll be okay. So creative mode flight and super speed is nice. I think I still like my Elytra better. Think of that what you will. Space for 2 at least. All right. Back to what we were doing. Okay. Maybe that's not a bad idea, is to come back to some of these pillars, and as we age them, take out some of these vertical bricks. Give them that broken down sort of feel. Or we can replace, I think there's a number of different vertical bricks we can actually probably just replace with. Oh, look. We have a kitty return visitor. Yes, the cat came back. Oh. Put a few pieces here. Grab ourselves some stairwells. This is not a happy cat if you are not paying full attention to it. Nobody else, nothing else. It's not a happy cat. Now, one thing I have noticed with these vertical slabs, I get a little irritated by it, is if you put 2 of them side by side and make a full block out of it, and then you break it, only get 1 slab back. It's a bit on the annoying side. Because you know you put 2 of them there, but you only get 1 back. Oh, look. The nighttime birdies have showed up. get tickled. No, I don't. Sorry. Attack of the Crazy Cats. Not enough space in my hands for everything. No, Mojang needs to have happens anywhere there's a lightning strike. There needs to be like a little black smudge spot. Alright, lightning strikes where there's sand, that just turn it into glass. Just some way to denote that something occurred here. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being wishful thinking. This is a good spot right here. There we go. I need more vertical slabs. Vertical slabbers. So, during long builds, when you've got nothing better to think about, what are the things that come to mind? I spend most of my time thinking about the end result. What's it going to look like at the end? What is the next item on the details to do? Just want another one. You watch. We have 5. Oh, no. It looks like we actually get both of them back. I would be wrong in my exclamations. I just apparently am not paying attention to how many I'm using. I am wrong. Interesting. Yay, I learned something new today. Not much, but every little bit counts, and I'll take it. And I will owe an apology to the mod developer for the vertical slabs. For saying unkind things about his mod. And complaining about it when I was in error. So, there you go. It's always good to learn. good to learn. I want this next one right here. No, I can't be out of stone. There we go. So that's got them all in there. Just got my foot bit. That is not very pleasant. Mr. Enderman, should you decide you're trying to take parts of my hard work for today, I will ask you to please depart in a very rapid manner. Oh. See there. I think I made a lot more than what I need, but that's all right. We will finish this off. Wrong direction. There we go. Some flats. And there we have it. We're going to put in redstone torches here. Yeah, it's fine. Yes, that looks good. Does that feel a little long right there? It feels a little long right there. I'm not going to lie, that feels like that's a little bit long. So we'll just put one right here. slabs. Anybody says they like doing slab work. Called. I would have to question them on that one a little bit. Because there's nothing fun about slabs. Vertical, horizontal, anything in between. There's nothing fun about slabs. Seeds. I want seeds. All right. It's much better now. Doesn't feel so far between pylons now. This guy, nice little turn. We hit him, and then we go back down underground. And so now what we need are sea lanterns, specifically sea lantern stairs, so we can fix this up, because I still want that to course through here. Got all the way around. Go get some blocks to age with, so some andesite, cobblestone, that sort of thing. And then it's rails and redstone, and we would be done. Yeah. All right, so let's first discard the stuff that we don't need anymore. I'm going to go try and stick it back in the Wellness and Success Center. It's making all of these itself. Instead, we are going to hop back over to the lab. And go see how many sea lantern stairs we can make. That is what we are going to go do. So much fun on a Saturday morning. Okay, let's see. Stairs. All right. That's off to the races. It's nice not to have to sit here and craft all this stuff by hand. It really is. We can check progress by looking over here. Basically, this thing processes faster than this can deliver to it. It's just done that quickly. I'd like to put a stack upgrade into here, but I don't think these accept stack upgrades. I can double check that, but I'm fairly certain that they don't. as stack. Let's see if we can squeeze one in there around everything else going on. So, zombies. Well, let's see what all we got going on. Interesting. I have a cat who keeps meandering into my lap. Little kitty wants something, I am certain of it. I just have no idea what it is that she wants. We have been working with our cats, teaching them how to talk via the buttons. So if you've watched YouTube where you see these dogs and cats that are pushing buttons to complain or yell or fuss, that's kind of what we have going on. Only right now, all they know how to do is ask for the same thing over and over again. It's been a slow process. We've just got them started on it. It's cute nonetheless when it happens. I know Shale likes to laugh at me when I have arguments first thing in the morning with one of our youngest cats. We're getting there. Let's go see how the little guardian farm is doing. Going rather well. Things are spawning in, things are dying. Can't ask for it to do any better than that. Suppose we could increase the rate by putting in more duplicators, but I don't see a need for that. You sit here long enough with that thing running, you'll end up with an awful lot of things. It's a lot of fluid. How much? Yeah, 26,000 buckets of experience. That's not too bad. Yeah, but 46 buckets of ether gas. I got all that before the nether, the wither broke free and started to terrorize my base. That was fun. There's nothing like logging into your base and suddenly hearing explosions where there shouldn't be explosions. Oh. Seems so slow. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting Prismarine coming in. Just not the fastest thing in the world. All right, well, it is what it is. Can't rush progress it any faster. It's just going to take its time. It's probably still not going to be enough. But we still see. I guess it really just depends on how far we space this stuff out. I still don't think it's going to be enough, though. At least I've got a stack here on me, so that's good. Don't need the copy and paster. I need the exchanger. So, at least that way it, let's see. That will give me 3 stacks to work with once this is done. Yep. Should be about that. Stairs. Yep, 3 stacks to work with. Okay. Let's go see how much we can get done with 3 stacks of stairs. And then after this, it's north. All right. Pop over here. Now, do we... Yep. No, we're just going to do it. We'll do it right there. So, grab you. I like to say that there feels to be a specific range for these, but it doesn't look to be. I think basically I was waiting for it to get dark, and we were putting it down there to keep a fairly consistent light level. So that's what we'll do. Just wait for it to get dark. And we'll just keep our consistent light level. I think that works. See, there you go. Bazinga's colony has successfully defended against whatever was trying to come get them. We saw that earlier on during the stream. Like I said, I'm not really all that worried about it because Bazinga's people will take care of business. Nice thing is once we get one of these guys in place, we kind of lay the pattern down for the rest of them. We just need to get a few of these in here. Just like that. Just enough to slowly change the light level. You go from point A to point B. I suppose I could count them and make them certain that they're all separate distances, but, you know, we can eyeball it and look at the light level. It should be fine. Not trying for like absolute perfection. We do want things to line up nicely. All right, looky here, guys. Just not interested. Never seem to listen though. Hoping I can get. Looks like we can. So let's rotate. Now we'll put in the matchers. This is easy once we know where we want them at. Oops, that's not right. There we go. Around we go. Oh, so much fun. It's amazing how much you can get done in a short period of time if you just sit down and you focus. Nice jam of music going. Off we go. All right, come on. Enough with the lag spike already. Kill these. So they're trying to think if I've got... Oh, bollocks. And they're trying to think if I had enough... I don't think I have enough rail lines to run this rail. I have to make some more. Which means a long time of just standing around. If that's the case, then we will just have to close up the stream early then. While I sit around and wait for railroad tracks to be made. I feel like I've done this wrong. Like at some point I inverted this, but I guess I haven't. I haven't. I like them apples. I will take it. Take care, Koto. We'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. You have fun. We will talk with you later. Screw up our placement again. Just made 2 of these tools when I was putting this in and copied and pasted this. Well, I would have had to sit around and wait for it to see sea lanterns, which I didn't have. But thankfully, there's chunk loaders over there at my base, and so it's been allowed to build up while we've been doing this. Unfortunately, the area that has the train track generator is not in the chunk loaded area. So it doesn't work. I actually have to go sit and stand over there for that one. I could just make a chunk loader for it. I'm trying not to do too many of those if I can help it, though. I always feel like chunk loaders are cheating, so to speak. If you want the resources, you should be able to hang out and get it. Oh, that's wrong. But that's just me. You know, some people like their chunk loaders because it means they don't have to stay logged into the game to collect the resources. And there's nothing really wrong with that either. It's just a different way to skin the cat. All right. I think that lays everything out. So, let's do a flight. Let's see if I can keep from banging against the wall. Alright. So, I don't think we'll actually travel this fast, but, you know. Come through here. And then we will plug and go this way. And so, during the daytime, this is not so bad. Not hard to look at, see. After you get rocketed off. So that's not too bad. This is actually not too bad of a trip. Over, down. Do right back into there. All right, so now we just need a train and a bunch of rail tracks. It's not too bad. This has actually turned out rather nice. Close up the doors. We'll go back to the lab. Yeah, so basically, I don't think I have enough rails. Yeah, I know I don't have enough rails. There's not enough there. I left that sitting in my belt. place is wired in. Rail. Yeah, there's none here. What would you allow me to create here faster? There is no recipe for that. That makes an awful lot, though. I suppose. It's definitely a far cry better to do it this way than this way. And that's definitely far more efficient that way. All right, fine. You in, Mr. Rail System? Get to be the thing that we use. Let's see. How are we on? That's what we need. Is gold. I don't have nearly enough. Stack. Two stacks. And then while we're at it, let's teach some recipes. So there's powered railed. And here is regular rails. So there we've taught it some recipes. Because again, if you think I'm going to make those by hand, yeah. I'm not going to do it that way. That can get canceled. That's processing quite a bit. Are we on iron? I feel like iron dust can be smelted into iron. Enriching, crushing, smelting. Yep. Like, you know, I seem to recall that you should be able to do it that way. So let's look at our iron. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Now we'll get gold. I don't remember how much gold I said to make. And apparently I told it to make more than just 3 stacks. 2 stacks. Excuse me. Well, we don't have to wait around, that's for certain. Wow. Now, do I have... That actually might be enough. Well, this should prove to be interesting. Yes, very interesting indeed. Let's do this. All right, so we don't need that tool. We'll grab this one. We'll grab our copy, paste gadget, because I think that's going to be the tool we want. And so, put it in copy mode, open our GUI, reset. Clear those. So we want to grab, let's go back this way, grab this one. So first position, and we'll do second position. Perfect. And we'll put it into face mode. And off we go. So like this one's not going to work at all. So we can rotate. And then I don't, maybe it did. Oh, you get the tracks in place here. And then what we will do is we will go back to my base, we will grab my train. And we will take my train and ride it through here. Alright, now we just need to make certain that it's good. do. There we go. All right. Now what we should do here is this. Yes. So what I need are stairs, which we have plenty of leftovers. So like this. There we go. Looks like it belongs. So right here. Stone bricks. Those. That wasn't a brick, that was a slab. That. So 1, 2, 3. Always nice to just clean everything right on up when you're done. Away your tools. Just be able to sit back and look at what you've done. And we are almost there. Alright, somewhere right here-ish. Do a landing, do that. That. Check, everything's lit up. Slab. Stair. Stairs. And on to the next one. Oh, bees. Why not? If it's not right, we can always move it. Powered. The edge. Slab. Stair. On to the next one. Just rinse and repeat. Interesting. Okay. Well, we know how to fix for this. What we'll do is take this guy. Just like that. Stair. And there we go. Fix for that one. On to the next one. Anyway, you can have some fun with cats, but they can also be just as annoying. We are almost ready for the inaugural ride. All right, so right about here. That's too far down. Let's see, is that powered all the way through? It is powered all the way through. Works out so well when that happens. Alright. And all we need is this. This. And crawl underneath here for that. And cover. Alright, so let's get a button. Get some redstone. Actually throw the rest of this stuff in here. I don't think we have a need for anything else at this point. So redstone. Oh, that's what we're going to need. Stopping block. All right. Any of that. Let's follow my train track. This goes back this way. Now, we're not going to actually ride. I guess we could. Doesn't really hurt anything to ride it. Like it takes forever to ride my train tracks. It's not nearly as long as trying to ride Zodas. Put it that way. If you people could see the look I'm getting right now. This is fabulous. All right. So we're going to put this on train track and go for a ride. Meanwhile, I'm going to deal with this dirty look I am getting from my lap. Because the big mama kitty has returned once again to stare hatefully up at me. Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy that we decided to do the rail systems. I think these turned out rather nicely. I think everybody's had a chance to do their own spin on it. I'd like to see a few more of the rail systems, but we'll see. We'll see what happens between now and season 2. Still, like a lot of work, a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do. Now, at the end of the season, as it were, we will make this world available in a world download. So anybody who wants to come back in and look in it, or maybe pick up where we left off on some things, or just see how it was that we did some of the oddities that we got going. What in the world? Oh, those are ghost fish. Never mind. I was like, what in the... any of that sort of mess, if that's what you've got interest in doing, it will be available. You'll be able to come in and check it out and see, and go through our mess. Maybe you've got a better way of optimizing some of the machinery we've got going on here. You just want to show what we missed. I'm all good with that. Whatever floats your boat. I'd be interested in always interesting to see a different take on the same sort of things. See how people do things. There is something very interesting going on elsewhere in the house right now. I don't know what that is, but so here we are back at the central hub. So we will hop out, put that away. We will grab our wrench, because now we will transition the train. Ugh. Oh. Well, that's a failure mode. And this is why we test. Redstone torch. Awesome. At least a couple stone bricks. And some of these guys and some of these guys. And a good middle point is going to be right here. That there. Oh. Horrible, horrible, horrible. All right. And this is why we test. Aha. So we got to fix the launch button over there. At night, not so bad. Nice little ride. It's not super fast, but it's not like it's about the same speed as it is riding from my place over to the central hub. So this is not too bad. I think the light trails are a nice touch. So this has been a very smooth ride. I think this works. I think we have a winner. Send it back. So we will have done our full ride. Yeah, we just got to fix the launcher over at the central hub. That's not a big deal. There's any number of ways to fix that. That's not nearly as painful as it could have been. Now, I'm going to put it to you, and even to the viewership who come behind and watch this on YouTube and whatnot. Do you think there should be a covering to this? Like, should we periodically have like an overhang or something as you ride through. I'm thinking, so my thought is actually to put a covered train here instead of an open carriage train. That's my thought. I don't know. I am open to suggestions, ideas, thoughts. Well, that was interesting. All right. But that is, as they say, that. And I think that's going to be the end of our stream for today. We have about 5 minutes left. So, yeah, I think we'll end it here. We'll head back to the house via all the old teleport paths that we don't use anymore. Well, some of them we still use, I guess. But there we go. So next on the list is, of course, build a train, fix the launching mechanism at the central hub for that, and we can tag the Wellness and Success Center as a completed project. I suppose if we want to put a building at the train station, we could, but I don't know at this point, and I think we're just going to leave it the way it is because I like the way it looks so far. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to comment and let us know. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for visiting. And as always, take care. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye now.